welcome to our channel, RV East Coast. We have a special video for you today because we did something different this time. What did we do?
We rented an RV. What kind?
It was a pop-up.
And guess who didn't come? Glamper number one.
No, but it was a trip that you were taking to visit your sister,
Yeah.
and just took Afton with you. It wasn't I had to work as usual.
Yeah.
So.
But there is a good question about this video. Why? Why are we making a video about renting an RV, about the experience? Why are we doing this now?
Well, number one for us, our RV is out of seasonal, so it was a little bit convenient. We didn't have to pack it up. But number two, a lot of families right now are looking for safe ways to vacation, and probably many of you know that RVing is really popular right now.
RV industry is booming right now. Actually, if you want to buy an RV right now, chances are that you cannot find the exactly model that you're looking for because they are sold out. So we thought that is a good opportunity to introduce some of our viewers. We get a lot of comments from people that are thinking of buying an RV, and they get inspired with our channel.
And this is a really great way to kind of see if it's something that you can get into, because you can rent the RV, you can rent all different types between the pop-ups, the Class A's, Class B's, Class C's, all of them. And you can take it for a test drive to see if this is something that you could see yourself doing, because you know, because it's popular right now, a lot of people might be rushing out to buy them, but then next summer they might find that it's a little bit more than they want to get into, and then everybody's going to be selling them next summer.
Another reason why we thought that it's a good time to make this video is because some of the best times that we had RVing is when we were able to bring our families with us.
Right. And we have several friends that are actually interested in buying an RV, but they're not quite sure, and so we've been referring them to some sites to rent. So this is a really good way for families to join, and for families and friends to check it out, see if they can get into it.
Or sometimes our family wants to come with us, and the RV is a little bit too tight for everybody. So renting is an option, so you don't have to sleep on top of each other.
Right. So let's talk about your experience and how that was, and then we'll give you some more information on some sites you can check out, right? Yes.
Before we get started with the actual review of the service that we used, which was Outdoorsy, let's put a little disclaimer. We are not getting paid by Outdoorsy to make this review. We pay full rate for our RV. So we are welcome to say whatever we want and our honest opinion. So with that being said, let's get started.
So there are two major RV rental sites, RV Share and Outdoorsy. What made you pick Outdoorsy?
Actually, I placed an inquiry for both sites for the same type of RV. It was a pop-up, as you mentioned it before. And the main reason why we went with Outdoorsy is because when I asked a few questions to the owner on RV Share, I never heard back. I am actually waiting for her response, and it just never came. In the other side, when I went to Outdoorsy, I asked the question, and the owner responded within 2 minutes. So it was quite convenient. Actually, it's a pretty cool system on the website, because when you ask a question, it goes in the form of a text message to the owner, so they get it right away.
So was renting or using the websites, was that an easy process?
Yeah, it was incredibly easy, very intuitive. You just select the type of RV you're looking for. They have absolutely everything. Motorhomes, camper vans, pop-ups, teardrops, they have it all. If it's an RV, they have it. Their website was very easy to use, and also they think of everything, such as insurance. When you rent the RV, you can select from different types of insurance. I think they use Liberty Mutual, which is a pretty good insurance company. You can pick the type of coverage you want. If you want full coverage, I think you can have up to $1 million of liability, and also protection on the vehicle, roadside assistance. So there are many different options. Something I like too is that they were very specific about their guidelines for cleaning the RVs between rentals. So the new owner assured me that it was cleaned properly. So something to consider in these times of difficulties for everybody.
Okay, so after you booked, made the arrangements, how was it to get the RV, travel with it? How was it having a pop-up over a travel trailer?
Well, let me tell you, when we arrived to the place, it was actually a really good experience. Guess what? The owner of the RV is a follower of our channel.
Oh, cool.
So Cheryl, thank you so much. You are amazing. I'm about to roast you here. Just kidding. When we arrived, she and her husband gave us a walkthrough around the trailer, and they explained absolutely everything. And also, she thought of absolutely everything from kitchen, accessories, everything we could probably need. Oh, she even had the outside mat that you put outside your RV. She had a little griddle in there. I believe that some other renters, you have to pay a little extra for that. So I think you're gonna have to check individually with each owner to see what's included with the package.
That's nice, because there have been times where our family has come down and rented like the cabin or the park model at our campground, and it's equipped with nothing. And that's really frustrating. So that's really cool.
Yeah, something that she did that was a little one extra step to make us feel comfortable. Not only her husband did a walkthrough and show us how to open it, how to set it up, but after that they sent us a list of videos on how to do something step by step. Because when you go to the campground, then you forget. What is it that they told me? So it was nice to have those videos right in my phone.
So also, what about the trip? Because I know you called me very frustrated with yourself.
Yeah.
So tell them what happened.
So I actually forgot to bring the proper size hitch for the trailer. We're going to talk about that in a little bit when we talk about the lessons learned and tips. The actual trip was really easy and enjoyable. Towing this little trailer was like piece of cake for our truck. We got to discover a side of New Jersey that we had never seen before. We drove through beautiful country sites, farms, winery, crossing the Delaware River. It was a beautiful, beautiful trip. We went to a little campground called Triple Brook in New Jersey. Oh, what a wonderful place, which is once again the idea of making this video. We have discovered so many places, RVing, and RVing takes you to places, you say this on a video before, takes you to places that you would never think of visiting, right?
Right, because you don't often just go to a random spot in New Jersey, especially, you know, when you're thinking about a trip or a vacation. And there's been a lot of places that we've gone that we would have never gone and discovered something new and beautiful. So
we made it to our campground. Check-in was pretty easy. People at this campground were incredibly attentive, and our time at the campground was amazing. And if you are thinking of getting an RV, time at the campground is the part that you need to be really excited about. It doesn't matter what you like. If it's leaving the campground and going to explore the area, or just enjoying your time at the resort. Ours was so well equipped. Two different pools, one for adults, another one for families. All the amenities that you might need for the kids, campground, mini golf. If you're thinking about camping because you have kids, we can tell you that it has been incredibly worth it, right?
yeah. Yes, but it is a lot of work, and you do most of it. You do all of it, actually. It's a lot of work, and sometimes I don't think some people realize how much work goes into maintaining a trailer, or how much work goes into setting it up and unsetting it up, whatever that term is.
Closing it up.
Closing it up. So I think
She's learning English for me lately, you know?
I think this is a really good experience for people to rent it and just see if that's something that they could do, you know, every other weekend, or for like us every weekend.
Yeah, which by the way, this is a perfect segue to go into lessons that we learn and maybe some tips we have for you, right?
Yes. What lesson did you learn from this trip in particular?
The first lesson that I learned is read the owner's suggestions before you pick up the trailer. In our case, as we mentioned it before, she has specifically said in her email, make sure that you have a 2-inch hitch so you can tow the trailer. And you know, I thought I am an experienced RVer. I have the proper hitch. I'm not gonna check. And when I got there, it wasn't the right size. So the rental place was about 30 minutes from our home. I had to come home to get the key, to remove my hitch, to go back. Thankfully, like I said, she thought of everything, so she had a little extra one that she let me use, but you need to check the instructions from the owner. In the same note, you need to allow a little bit of time for preparation. If you are planning to travel the same day a long distance, allow a little bit of time, because traveling in different types of RVs is a learning curve for everything. We have been RVing for about 3 years now, and we are still learning how to do this. So allow a little bit of extra time so you can do the walk around with the owner. They can tell you the little things that you need to know, and then you'll be on the road. Another thing that I learned is that you need to check the weather. In our case, we have a bigger trailer where if it rains, we are usually not that concerned because it's a pretty robust trailer. But in this case, we were traveling with a little pop-up, and a storm came, and that actually reduced the time we had at the campground, because, you know, I was a little bit concerned. It was going to be windy. So check the weather before your trip, and make sure that the type of RV that you're renting can handle it.
The next lesson is maybe starting small. So, you know, it might be a challenge to go from, if you've been tent camping or something, to go to a big travel trailer or a fifth wheel or Class A or whatever. So give it a whirl in the pop-up.
Yeah, yeah. I think that if you never RV before, don't go and rent a giant motorhome, because as we mentioned it before, RVing is something that you have to learn. There are so many things that you just learn with experience. So start a little small, maybe a little teardrop or a pop-up, or a small trailer, so you can learn how to tow.
Yeah, I do remember when we first got the trailer, how much you practiced driving, backing it up, and it's still the first year you got nervous almost every time we went to a site that wasn't a pull-through. Yeah. So it does take a while, and I'm not driving it. I haven't ever tried. It takes a while to get used to that.
Yeah, or maybe a camper van is a good option if you're a little bit concerned about towing. So I think those are the lessons we have. We have anything else?
Well, I see that you have here, don't give unnecessary bad reviews.
Yeah, so when you finish your rental experience, of course, you want to be honest, because that's how you help other people renting. Yeah. But also, if you had a good experience like us, please take the time to leave a good review for the owner. Remember that you are not renting from a company. The company is just a facilitator for the rental experience, but you're renting the RV from an individual who is allowing you into their home, and be thankful of that experience. And if you can leave a good review, don't leave a bad review just for things that are out of the control of the owner, because you're affecting their business. So be nice. If you don't, I'm coming for you.
That's scary. Okay, so overall, would you say that this was a good experience, that we'll do it again? What do you think?
It was a great experience. We are looking forward to doing it again and to bringing Glamper #1 with us. So
Class A, baby.
so yeah, Outdoorsy, thumbs up for our first experience. Again, we are not getting paid for this. It was honestly a good experience, so we want to share with you. Talking about doing it again, we have been talking about maybe doing a new series of videos of how it's like traveling in different types of RVs. Are you open for that?
Maybe. Maybe.
So we would like to know, what would you like to see? Let's
Don't say teardrop. Don't say it.
I'm gonna make
Not
it easier
happening.
for you. I'm gonna make it easier for you. For our next rental experience, would you rather see a motorhome experience or maybe a camper van experience? In that case, probably will be with
Just
no
us,
kids.
yeah.
Which is it's not a bad thing after all. But let us know in the comments. Also, let us know if you had a good experience or bad renting in the past, so you're helping the community, right?
Yeah, right.
So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks so much
Yep.
for watching.
Yep. Thank-
Eli, Fawn, RV East Coast.
We'll see you later.